Well, hello and welcome. My name's Jay. I buy and sell on eBay UK. Had a few questions. In fact, I get quite a few questions on my videos as to whether I've got any hints and tricks and, sort of tips with regards to reselling. There is tips and tricks. The most important one, as far as I'm concerned, is research. Using eBay, if that's where you're going to be reselling, is the best tip that I can give anyone. So basically what you would do is you would research your item. Don't necessarily go off of what people have got them for sale for. Historically, on the app, you can go into it and you can toggle sold items. I believe it's an advanced search. You can go to sold items and you can see what they've previously sold for. Now that's something that I use on a daily basis, and that will give me an idea of what I can benchmark my item at. Now a road to sort of nowhere is trying to undercut everybody. Now I never sort of undercut or not knowingly undersell my items anyway. I'm sure I've undersold plenty of items, but ultimately I will get a market value, and if there's two in there, $12.99 or whatever it may be, I'll put my one up for $12.99 as well, or best offer, or 15-20 quid best offer, whatever it may be. I get a market value. I do not try and undercut everybody. What I also do is I put best offer on all of my items. So if somebody feels it's too expensive, they can send me an offer. I can decide whether to take that offer or not. If I'm unsure of an item, so if there's no sort of historic sales or whatever it may be, or it's sold before and there's none available now, I will reach for the skies. So I will put that item up for a very, what I consider to be high price, and then effectively, again, put best offers. So if people want to send me an offer, they can do so. I also believe when you're buying, you should go with your gut. So if you feel something's too expensive or you feel there's a profit in it, then go for it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to pay for a learning experience, because ultimately you are going to research that item. Hopefully you'll earn a few quid. If you don't, you lose a few quid. It's not the end of the world. I have lost plenty of money, but fortunately I've earned more money than what I've lost. Let people know what you do. Let everybody know what you do. Your friends, your colleagues, let them know that you buy and sell on eBay, because ultimately they may have something at home that they sell you, or in some cases, I've had people give me items. I've returned them a bit of money, but ultimately I've had people give me stuff to sell on eBay. I tend not to sell stuff for people on their behalf, if that makes sense, because there's just too many factors that can go wrong. But ultimately, if they want to sell me something or give me something, I have returned people a little drink or whatever it may be if they've given me something, or I buy it from them. Again, list daily, that's important as well. So I list 5 things a day. I will be moving to 7 things a day because I do want to get my listings up. So make sure the eBay algorithm can see plenty of things going into your store, plenty of things going out of your store. There is another thing that you can do as well. If you haven't got new things to sell, you can end your current listings, so M5 of them a day if you want, and then sell similar. So you go into the listing, you don't relist it, you push the sell similar button, and that will create a new item number, and eBay will recognize it as a new item, keeping the algorithm happy. When you're posting your items, obviously I'm not going to go into the whole minutiae, but most important thing is you send it with some tracking, because there is people out there that will try and have you over with regards to saying they've not received it. And if you've got no tracking, I've got one at the moment. The guy, it clearly shows as delivered. He's saying it's not been delivered to where to his house basically, and every didn't take a picture. So at the moment, even with tracking, I'm sort of fighting a case. But yeah, I kind of believe this guy, and you do get a feel for it as well. Again, going for your gut as to whether they've got it or whether they've not got it. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to turn you around, and I am going to show you how I would take pictures. And again, none of this is rocket science. I'll show you how I take pictures. Then I will show you a tour of where I work out of, because I believe with I'd done one of these when I first started out, but I've I've not done one since. A lot more subscribers now, so hopefully you'll see obviously how my racking system and everything works. I'm also conscious of the fact I don't want to go on forever, so I'm going to stop it now, and I'm going to show you how I take photos. Then I'll show you the storing system. I'll come back in at the end of the video. Cheers. Right, so when I'm doing my pictures for eBay, I have a very simple setup here. Couple of bits of laminate flooring, to be fair, is my sort of backdrop. It's grey, it looks nice. I know eBay would much prefer you to have a white background, but that's my choice, having the grey. So basically I put a number in front of the item. I take varied pictures. I try and take as many pictures as possible. I believe you can do up to 20 on eBay that don't cost you anything. So I'll get all angles of the coach, for instance, because this one is a coach, obviously. I highlight, obviously, things like that. It's got scratches on it. Also highlight that there because it's got a chip on the window. I believe you can just work that out. It's also got a coupling missing. I take a picture of the top so you can see that it's got various chips and so forth on it. I'll then spin it around, take other pictures there as well, there, and again highlighting any damage that's on the coach so the buyer knows exactly what they're getting. With these particular items, or this particular item is quite easy for me to list because I have sold these previously in the past, so I can just go back to my old listings and sell similar, so that's quite good. And then when I've finished, I get some low tack masking tape here, and now I then tape the number like you can see up there on these particular trains onto the actual coach itself. Because this is either a 125 or a 225 coach, that will end up there with those bits. If it were a coach that was sort of a random coach, if you like, they all end up there, and I know exactly where I'm looking for them. Or if it's a virgin coach like there, it'll end up down there. So when I do sell it, you can see I've got my virgin trains there as well in the same place. I know exactly where to go to find that, and it's then just a matter of looking for the actual number itself. It works quite well. I know different people do different things. You can see that I've got my Eurostars up there as well, so I know where to go when a Eurostar sells. And then, as I say, I've got over here, I've got my 125s and some mixed trains in there as well. It just makes life a lot easier when I'm looking for them. Anyway, that's how I take my pictures. Right, just going to give you a little view of what I work in. It is sort of a box room. It is quite small. It is hard to kind of get everything in, but to give you an idea, I'll stand in this corner over here. So basically starting over here, I've got my packaging material. So I've got my bubble wrap there. I've got my newspaper for void fill. That is my def pile there. So that's stuff that I will eventually get to. This here is all stock that's new. So this is stock that's come in. I normally have a bit more, hence the empty shelf there. I've also got some track that I'm waiting to sort out down there. I then have over here some miscellaneous items. Got some Star Trek bits there, got some poor condition coaches down there, got some track packs there. Then I've got some coaches. They are my Virgin livery coaches, so I know where to go when they're there. These coaches over here are miscellaneous ones, so they may not be grouped, but ultimately there'll be things like, I think they call them Southern ones there. Can't remember what they call them, but you know me when it comes to trains. I know where I'm looking. I know where these coaches are. I've also got box coaches up there, so that's very easy. Part number sticking out, so I can actually see the part number. I've then got my Eurostars there. I've then got over here, I'll pull this out, put it down there. These are all 040 locos, so little two-wheel things in here. You can see I've got a Percy there. I've got basically two boxes of those. I've got some up here with either pink and green numbers on, so when I sell them, I know exactly where to go. I've got pink and green in there. I've then got down there all the yellow numbers, so quite a few 040 locos in there. We'll put that back up there. Trying to do this one-handed is not the best. I've then got in here some trackside accessories. You can see them in there. Then got, this is full of wagons, and there will be yellow numbers. Then got more wagons in there, and they are all pink tickets So basically, if I sell one, it's got a pink ticket, I know they're in there. Yellow is a real pain because yellow, I've got loads of yellow in there. Then I've got loads of yellow in here as well. So when I sell a wagon and it's in a yellow ticket, it often takes me ages to look for it. So much so that I've started to do another box up here that has got blue numbers now for wagons. So eventually I'll be out of yellow anyway, and I can sort of condense it, and I'll move on to another ticket system. I've also got tapes and so forth up there, got some packaging material, got my cardboard boxes there as well. I've got my boxed trains there. I've got my, what are they? I think they're LNER, are they, coaches up there? Got my 125s, both dummy cars and power cars down there. I put my R609s, not that I've got any, right down the bottom there. I put my R607s and R605s right over there. So I know, again, simple system, when I sell it, R607s, yellow 818 for instance, it's going to be down here, or it might be a pink number, whatever it is, but it's going to be in that particular cubby hole over there. The mixtapes, I'll get onto them in a minute, but I just want to show you my 225s and 225 coaches. They're all over there. Virgin livery 125s are there. All my records are on one shelf there. Got remote control parts in there, and I've got another box up here that's full of remote control parts. So when I sell a remote control part, I know roughly where to go. Packaging supplies in there, and again, a bit more sort of death pile in there. The mixtapes, you can see how many rave mixtapes I've got, which is, you know, hundreds and hundreds. Basically what I have for them in my SKU system is I have different boxes. So you can see that I've got box X, I've got box E, box G and box F. Now when I sell a tape pack, in my listing I put what box it's in. So basically I can go to that item or to that shelf, and then all I'm looking for instance, slamming vinyl, look at it there, make sure I get the right pack, package it up, and away I go. With regards to packaging material, speak to a local shop, because this is a bit of a tip. I get all my void fill from my local shop for free, which is basically newspapers. He saves them for me every week. I buy a little roll of bubble wrap like this that I wrap my delicate bits in. That cost me about a tenner. Then I use these eBay boxes here, because what they do is they give me, I think it's £10 a month. So I buy, like, I think it's 100 of these boxes, and it cost me about, I think, 20 quid with a discount. And then I save all, obviously, boxes when people get things delivered and so forth. That's another good tip as well. You'll see over here, it's a bit of a wasted space, but this is my cardboard supplies in there as well. So that's just a cupboard within my spare room that I use for all my cardboard. I will eventually use that for storing, because I do want eventually to get up to 2,000 items. I just use a standard printer. So I've just got a printer over here that I use. I use my mobile phone that I'm recording on to basically list everything. And yeah, it works for me. Padded envelopes up there as well for the tape packs. I wrap them in bubble wrap and put them in a padded envelope, unless they're a 12 pack, because 12 packs a bit bigger. And yeah, that's where I work. So it wouldn't work for everybody, but it works for me. I managed to fit in 1,200 items. I think in its form at the moment, I could probably get 1,500 items in here, but I think sort of 1,200 is where I'm aiming for by the middle of the year. I'm on 1,050, so it's another 150 items, which don't seem like a lot, but when you're going through sort of 5 to 6 items, sometimes 10 items per day at NAF, take a bit of time. So yeah, that's where I work. Right, hopefully you enjoyed that and you got a feel of where I work out of. Other questions I get asked are, why did I start reselling? Plain and simple, I weren't earning enough money at work. And ultimately I need to earn more money. I started off repairing iPads, but to be honest with you, selling anything Apple related, people are trying to have you left, right and centre, or have you left, right and centre. So I soon went off of those. I buy them with broken screens, repair them, send them out, people say no. It was just not a nice clientele. I then done DJ equipment, because one of my past hobbies was DJing, but again, I was concerned about that getting broken in the post. Not so much people trying to have me over, but things were genuinely getting broken in the post, even though I would package them really, really well. I then digressed. I went to the tape packs. I bought my first lot of these tape packs here. I bought £1,500 worth. I bought 300 tape packs. I think I was looking at a Nick and Andrea Hills, and they said they were worth money. Anyway, long story short, I saw some on Marketplace. I thought, let's just go for it. Let's buy them. Bought them. That £1,500 turned into about 10 grand. And has been a huge part of my online business, these mixtape packs. Admittedly now, I do not sell a lot of them. They're not big sellers, but for what they owe me, when they do sell, there's plenty of profit in them, so I'm happy to do that. I then went around somebody that I knew off of Facebook to buy some die-cast model cars. Now, these die-cast model cars were worth an absolute fortune. There was probably about 1,500 quid's worth for me to sell, and I bought them for £500. When I was around there, he said, you don't know anything about Hornby Model Railway, do you? And at the time, I didn't. I genuinely had no interest whatsoever in it. But what he had was 3 or 4 big boxes of boxed Hornby Model Railway, including, you know, controllers, trains, track, everything in there. I said, I don't. He said, well, I said, what do you want to do? He said, well, just give us 150 quid just to get rid of it. Well, I couldn't give him this 150 quid fast enough. I thought, fantastic, something else for me to sort of research and so forth. Went home, started researching the Hornby Model Railway that I bought for 150 quid. And it transpires the Hornby Model Railway was worth more money than the model cars that I'd paid £500 for. So I am, as much as I like to earn money, I don't like to take advantage of people. So I did let him know that actually this is worth a little bit more money, and I did give him some more money, which stood me in good sort of stand, because he did actually sell me some more items after that. But long story short, I started selling Hornby Model Railway by accident, by just researching it. So the only thing that's really holding you back from earning money is taking risks. Everything in life is about taking risks, and sometimes they don't pay off. But for me, I don't earn a fortune out of eBay. Please don't think for a minute I earn a fortune out of eBay, but it means that I can have a comfortable life. I've got a good job. I get paid sensible money there, but it's not enough for what I need and my hobbies and my lifestyle. And it's not an extravagant lifestyle. It's just everything's so expensive. Sometimes you just got to take a risk in life and just go for it and think, do you know what, what's the worst that's going to happen? I might lose a bit of money, but I'm going to get an education. I'm going to learn something out of it. So yeah, I think I've waffled on enough. I think I've showed you enough. If you do like the videos, please give us a thumbs up. More importantly, if you could subscribe to the channel, I'd really, really appreciate it. If you've got any comments, please put them down below. Please be aware, I won't entertain negative comments. I've got enough negativity in my life. I do YouTube because I enjoy it. I've met some friends along the way, which is fantastic. I know I'm never going to be some big YouTuber. I just do it for the fun of it. And reselling as well is for the fun of it, you know, and it's for earning a bit of money. It doesn't feel like a job for me. It just feels like a hobby where I earn a few quid, which is fantastic. So yeah, if you do like the videos, give us a thumbs up. More importantly, if you could subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you found the video entertaining. So I will update you now on Sunday with my sales. Cheers.